Since the dawn of time, Kerbal have yearned for the skies. Numerous archaeological records have shown us their ambition to reach for the stars and grab them. But if there is one thing that has caught the attention of Kerbal kind, is the moon. Ever since they witnessed the darkness of the night and developed the ability to look up to the sky, they have wondered about the mysteries of this great orb in the sky. Why does it shine? How does it float there? Is it made of cheese? And most importantly, how do we reach it? We can consider this the start of the Kerbal Space Program. Accounts tell us that the first adventurer of the stars was called Grok, who, in all his wisdom, decided to climb the neck of the tallest creature he could see, hoping this would be enough to reach the moon. This ambitious project failed. Accounts of experts on the matter of name, Mork and Torque, give us invaluable insight upon this expedition and its failing. Of course Grok failed. Grok dumb. Grok tried to reach moon during day. Grok dummy, said Mork. Dinosaur not big enough. You would need like 3 dinosaur at least to reach moon, Torque adds. Here we have a small recreation of what this experiment must have looked like. It was due to this failing, the Kerbals of prehistoric time could finally come to a simple conclusion: propulsion. You would need some kind of force to lift you away from the terrible clutches of this jail we call our home planet, and for that, technological advances would need to be made. Science, yet again, was the solution. An unnamed Kerbal of prehistoric nature made great advancement in this field when they discovered you could get very far away if you throw a thing up, when after getting out of a cave he decided to throw a rock into the sky. Here is a recreation of how such an event must have looked like. Historians to this day argue if the rock had 2 or 3 speed lines when thrown. Sadly, no big advancements would occur after this one for millennia. That is until the medieval times, where Sir Kerbal III, famous for his main and ambition, decided to revive the race to the stars, and, more importantly, that big ball of cheese. Deciding to invest all his kingdom treasury into this endeavor, and with the help of the biggest engineers of the kingdom of Kerbalin, Sir Kerbal III invented the trebuchet, with the sole purpose of sending a Kerbal onto the moon. They would figure out on their own how to get back. Albeit closer than ever, this ambitious project would fail yet again, and Sir Kerbal III would accidentally use his invention to conquer the entirety of Europe. The Dark Centuries would follow just after, a time where Kerbal kind would forego their ambition for the skies, when most of the population got trapped inside their houses due to the Black Plague pandemic, most of them even forgetting what the sky was. The progress is made yet again when a great man had another great idea to achieve the moon. With the realization that moving vertically hard because gravity, but moving horizontally easy, the great Kerbolo would embark onto a perilous journey to reach the moon. Instead of going up, he would just walk out of Kerbin to the side, and then reach it from there, an innovative approach no one had tried before. Sadly for him, he would accidentally discover that Kerbin was indeed not flat after taking 3 laps across the whole planet, dying shortly after of unnatural causes. But, thankfully, progress didn't have to wait for that long, as the famous Kerbalini engineered a solution that reminds us of Grok's approach. What if we were to build a ladder so big it would allow us to reach the moon by itself? That ladder, still in Kerbalini, did not get us to the moon. Here is a picture of it from space. Modern times have also given us new tools for this advancement. For example, with the ambitious experiment of Area 52, where scientists posed a simple question no one had asked before. What if you tried really hard to jump? This is the only photo recovered from that day. There were no survivors. But if we point one single finger to the biggest contributors to this day on the race to the moon, it would be the brother Kerbright, who invented the first flying machine, when they accidentally used the tunneler backwards. This is the revised model they showed to the public. Famously, they warned, "Anytime I get into one of these machines, I feel the temptation to crash into tall buildings. I don't know what's up with that." We don't either, Kerbright brothers, we don't either. The next step on the path to the moon was obvious. Point the plane upward so it reaches very high. This did not work out too well, which made Kerbalkind abandon any hope of reaching the moon. That is, until last month, where the president of the Kerbal States, in an unprecedented speech to New Kerbal, said, "I really want to get to the moon, and I want to get there now." More information is expected to be given by him after he returned from his travel to Kerbalis in Kerbexis. All of this has led us to today, the start of the Kerbalini Space Program.